This brings us to the point where we may turn our spiritual gaze to the human being in movement, not to the human being who, as the expression of the cosmic word, remained silent in order to rest in form, but to the human being as he stands in the living weaving of the cosmic word, bringing his organism into activity in accordance with his cosmic environment. It is this element in man which must find expression in eurythmy. And if one is able to observe things from the point of view of the spiritual science which is suited to the humanity of today, one will always have the feeling that form must become fluidic. It is not too much to say that anyone who visits a museum containing sculpture belonging to the best periods of plastic art, and who looks at the figures with the inner vision arising out of the spiritual knowledge of our time, will see these figures descend from their stands, move about the room, and meet each other, becoming on all sides infilled with movement. As a consequence, there arises that moving sculpture to which we give the name of eurythmy. Here the cosmic word is itself movement. In eurythmy, man is no longer silent, but through his movement communicates innumerable cosmic secrets. Sculpture portrays that which is dead in the human being, or at least that which is death-like in its rigidity. Eurythmy portrays all that in the human being which is of the nature of life itself. For this reason, eurythmy can call forth the feeling of how the universal cosmic life laid hold of man and placed him into earthly evolution, giving him his earthly task. There is perhaps no other art through which one can experience man's relationship to the cosmos so vividly as one is able to do through the art of eurythmy. Therefore, this art of eurythmy, based as it is on the etheric forces in man, had to appear just at that time a modern spiritual science was being sought. For it was out of this modern spiritual science that eurythmy had to be born. Eurythmy as an art is the fruit of the spiritual impulse working in the anthroposophical movement. That which lives in the human organization as soul and spirit comes to visible manifestation through eurythmy. Its effect upon those watching it depends upon the inner perception that in the externally visible movements of people and groups of people, soul and spirit visibly unfold themselves. He only who has the artistic conception of what lies in the audible word can unfold the right sense for how the audible can in eurythmy be transformed into the visible. One has, as it were, the human soul being before one's eyes. And what we achieve by means of eurythmy, when we make it into a visible speech, is no less than this: the bringing of movement, of fluidity into the frozen human form. For art stands midway between the revelations of the sense world and spiritual reality. It is the aim of anthroposophy to place the spiritual world before mankind. Art is the reflection of the spirit in the sense world. If art did not grow upon anthroposophical soil, this could only result from some lack in this soil itself. The essential thing is that the soul should gain the power of working through the medium of the body. Thus the movements of eurythmy, these gestures as they are shaped and formed, must be felt to be absolutely natural, indeed inevitable. One must feel that they could not be otherwise, that it is only by means of these very gestures that certain moods or artistic concepts can be expressed. From the way I have developed the subject, you will have realized that my first aim has been to show you that it is out of the feelings, out of the soul life, that eurythmy must proceed. And now, when I am speaking about eurythmy, I will take the opportunity of mentioning it. People must learn the value of rhythm, even in more complicated matters. How much I myself love eurythmy, my dear friends, I have told you recently in the news sheet. I said then how earnestly I wish that the great devotion demanded of all those actively engaged in the work of Eurythmy, work which was begun by Frau Dr. Steiner, begun by our Eurythmy artists here in Dornach, and which has gradually won wider recognition and esteem, how earnestly I wish that all this may be rightly appreciated, for it cannot be too highly prized in anthroposophical circles. When people will see in beauty the Spirit working in human movement, then this will make some contribution to the whole attitude which humanity, through anthroposophy, should take up toward the Spirit. That all of us here will feel ourselves as the helpers and promoters of Eurythmy, of this art which springs from no humble source, but has as its lofty origin that cosmic knowledge which creates from out of the Spirit.